I'm vengeance.
Whether it's exciting heists, biopics of music icons, or those lovable little yellow minions returning from your favorite franchises, there's something for every movie lover. Let's dive into the best upcoming movies for 2025 and beyond. Den of Thieves Pantera, January 10th, 2025. Written and directed by Christian Gudegast, Den of Thieves hit theaters back in 2018, making off with $80 million. Now, Den of Thieves 2 Pantera is coming. It is an action crime drama, again directed and written by Christian Gudegast, serving as a direct sequel to the 2018 film. Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. reprise their roles, with the story following Sheriff Big Nick O'Brien as he tracks down Donnie Wilson, who has escaped to Europe to plan another heist. The film was shot from April to July 2023 in the UK and Canary Islands, transforming Santa Cruz de Tenerife into various set pieces. Originally set for distribution by STX Entertainment, Briarcliff Entertainment took over before Lionsgate acquired the rights in May 2024. Levons Trade, January 17, 2025. David Ayer and Jason Statham are teaming up again after their successful collaboration on The Beekeeper, which made waves at the box office. Their next project, Levons Trade, promises to be just as thrilling. In this one, Statham plays Levon Cade, a former Black Ops legend who's now trying to live a quiet life as a dedicated dad. But as you'd expect, things don't go according to plan. The plot kicks off when Levon's boss's teenage daughter Jenny goes missing. Levon is called back into action, using his old skills to find her, and in the process, uncovers a dangerous criminal conspiracy that threatens his new peaceful life. Joining Statham in the cast are David Harbour from Stranger Things, Michael Pena from Ant-Man, Jason Fleming from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and Ariana Rivas as Jenny. Interestingly, Sylvester Stallone, who's no stranger to writing action films, adapted the screenplay from a novel by Chuck Dixon, with Ayer adding his own spin. Stallone, known for writing Rocky, brings his storytelling expertise, and it'll be exciting to see what this powerhouse team delivers with Levons Trade. Alto Nights, March 21st, 2025. In this film, Robert De Niro takes on dual roles as mobsters Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, depicting their intense rivalry for mob leadership. The film, written by Nicholas Pileggi and directed by Barry Levinson, is set to release on March 21, 2025, after being filmed in and around Cincinnati. It explores the historical context of their conflict, particularly focusing on a pivotal assassination attempt ordered by Genovese in 1957. The title references a mob club in New York's Little Italy, where Genovese and his associates once gathered. Pileggi, known for his expertise on the mafia, anticipates a media campaign for the film and reflects on the changing landscape of organized crime movies, noting a potential shift toward drug cartels as traditional mafia influence wanes. Michael, April 18, 2025. The upcoming biopic Michael, directed by Antoine Fuqua, will celebrate the life and legacy of Michael Jackson, exploring both his incredible achievements and personal struggles. The film features Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, in the title role, alongside Coleman Domingo as his father Joe and Nia Long as his mother Catherine. With a script by John Logan, known for his films like Gladiator and Skyfall, the biopic aims to deliver a profound and honest portrayal of Jackson, highlighting his creative genius through iconic performances. While the film is set to cover Jackson's entire life, there is uncertainty about how it will address the controversial aspects of his legacy, including the sexual abuse allegations. The synopsis promises a cinematic experience that reveals the complexities of the King of Pop and his impact as one of the most influential artists in history. Mission Impossible 8, May 23, 2025. Mission Impossible 8, which was originally titled Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, will continue the story of Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise. After a less than stellar box office performance for the previous film, the title has been simplified. Cruise returns alongside a familiar cast, including Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Haley Atwell, Vanessa Kirby, and Pom Klementieff, with Christopher McQuarrie back as writer-director. Newcomers to the franchise include Hannah Waningham, Nick Offerman, Katie O'Brien, Tramell Tillman, and Holt McCallany. The film has already shot some scenes in the Arctic, likely for a sequence involving Ethan infiltrating a sunken Russian submarine to confront the AI known as the Entity. Additionally, there are hints at more daring stunts, such as Ethan hanging onto the wings of a biplane rather than sitting in the cockpit. Megan 2.0, June 27, 2025. Megan became a significant hit for Universal Pictures in early 2023, leading to the quick green light of a sequel, Megan 2.0. The follow-up will see the return of writer Akilah Cooper, director Gerard Johnstone, and stars Allison Williams and Violet McGraw. New cast members include Ivana Sakno, Tim Sharp, Aristotle Athari, and Jermaine Clement, alongside returning characters played by Brian Jordan Alvarez and Jen Van Epps. While specific plot details remain unknown, the first film hints at Megan's survival as a piece of software that can transfer between systems, suggesting she may acquire a new body in the sequel, along with more killer dance moves. Producer James Wan indicated that the sequel will delve deeper into the themes of AI, especially given the rising concerns about artificial intelligence in society. The Fantastic Four: First Steps, July 25, 2025. The Fantastic Four: First Steps is shaping up to be one of Marvel's most anticipated projects, marking the beginning of Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It follows releases like Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts earlier that year. While specifics about the plot are scarce, the film is rumored to be set in the 1960s and will explore the characters' cosmic origins. The classic story of the Fantastic Four gaining their powers from cosmic rays is expected to be retained, but with potential twists. The introduction of characters like the Silver Surfer and Galactus is also anticipated, hinting at their long-term impact on the MCU. The film boasts a star-studded cast, including Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Eben Moss-Bacharach as Ben Grimm. Julia Garner is set to play Shalabal Silver Surfer, with Ralph Ineson portraying Galactus. Additionally, Paul Walter Hauser, Natasha Lyonne, and John Malkovich will have undisclosed roles. While there are rumors about Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom, his involvement hasn't been confirmed. Matt Shakman, known for WandaVision, is directing the film. The screenplay has undergone multiple revisions, with Josh Friedman, known for Avatar 4, leading the writing team alongside Jeff Kaplan and Ian Springer. The cinematography will be handled by Jess Hall, and Michael Giacchino is set to compose the score. Mortal Kombat 2, October 24, 2025. Following the success of the first film, which became the most streamed movie on Max, expectations are high for the sequel. The previous film ended with Cole Young on a quest to find new fighters for the Mortal Kombat tournament, and fans can look forward to the introduction of Johnny Cage, played by Carl Urban. Returning cast members include Jessica McNamee as Sonya Blade, Mikad Brooks as Jax, Ludi Lin as Liu Kang, Tadanobu Asano as Lord Raiden, Chin Han as Shang Tsung, Josh Lawson as Kano, Max Wong as Kung Lao, Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero, and Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion. New additions to the cast feature Adeline Rudolph as Kitana, Tati Gabrielle as Jade, Martin Ford as Shao Kahn, Damon Harriman as Quan Chi, Anathu Nguyen as Queen Sindel, and Desmond Kayam as King Jared. The screenplay is penned by Jeremy Slater, with Simon McQuoid returning to direct the action-packed sequences, and Louis Tan has promised that this sequel will finally include an actual Mortal Kombat tournament, setting the stage for thrilling combat. Now You See Me 3, November 14, 2025. I've been waiting forever for this, and it's finally happening. Mark your calendars for November, because Jesse Eisenberg is about to make your money vanish with Now You See Me 3. The last time we saw these criminal magicians was back in 2016, and the original cast is just as excited as fans for more magic and heists. Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco, and Morgan Freeman are all returning, and they'll be joined by Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, Ariana Greenblatt, and Rosamund Pike. We don't know much about the plot yet, but Eisenberg shared his thoughts on the script with Collider, saying he loves how it highlights intelligence without relying on violence. He pointed out how unique it is for a big Hollywood franchise to focus on teamwork and brains instead of just action. The script is by Eric Warren Singer, Seth Graham-Smith, and Mike Leslie, with Ruben Fleischer directing. Final Destination Bloodlines, 2025 TBD. After more than 15 years since the original Final Destination hit theaters in 2000 and introduced us to its creepy world where death is always lurking, a new movie is finally on the way. While it's true we can't escape death in real life either, in the Final Destination universe, avoiding your date with the Grim Reaper often leads to wild, Rube Goldberg-style deaths. Think gymnastics mishaps, tanning bed disasters, or barbecue catastrophes. Good news for horror fans, the franchise is making a comeback 25 years after the first film, with Final Destination Bloodlines. This sixth installment features a fresh cast of young actors, including Breck Basinger, Tio Briones, Richard Harmon, and more. Plus, horror icon Tony Todd is returning as the creepy William Bloodworth, the mortuary worker who knows all about death's tricks. While we're still waiting for details about the story, rumored to involve first responders and more of Bloodworth's backstory, we do know that Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, who directed Freaks, will be behind the camera. And yes, this film is getting the IMAX treatment, so we can enjoy Death's twisted schemes on the biggest screens around. Aang the Last Airbender, animated film, January 20th, 2026. The upcoming movie will pick up with an adult Aang after the original series, but we don't know much about the plot yet. It's set to introduce new challenges for Aang, potentially including a new villain voiced by Dave Bautista. This film is the start of a planned trilogy, paving the way for future stories. The voice cast features Eric Nam as Aang, with Bautista as the mysterious villain and Dante Basco reprising his role as Zuko. Dion Kwan will voice Toph. Jessica Matten is Katara, and Roman Zaragoza will be Sokka. Lauren Montgomery, who has previously worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, is directing. While the original series creators, Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, are on board as executive producers, this film is part of Avatar Studios, which aims to expand the Avatar universe with new content. Avengers Doomsday, May 1st, 2026. At the July 2024 San Diego Comic-Con, Avengers 5 was officially renamed Avengers Doomsday, with Doctor Doom now as the main villain instead of Kang. In a surprise twist, Robert Downey Jr. will return to the MCU as Doctor Doom. The Russo brothers, known for directing major hits like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, are set to direct this film and its sequel, Avengers Secret Wars. Originally slated for May 2025, Avengers Doomsday is now scheduled for May 1st, 2026, and will likely tie into the Fantastic Four and feature a massive cast, including characters from Thunderbolts and fan favorites like Loki, Deadpool, and Wolverine. Doctor Doom's threat is expected to involve universe-ending incursions, setting up a pivotal chapter in the MCU as it dives deeper into the multiverse. The Mandalorian and Grogu, May 22, 2026. This film marks Star Wars' return to theaters since The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. It follows Din Djarin and Grogu after Season 3, teaming up with Carson Teva and the New Republic to track down Imperial remnants. Dave Filoni, a key figure in the franchise, is co-writing and producing the film. He has a rich history with Star Wars, having worked on The Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka. Favreau and Filoni have shaped the Mandoverse, connecting stories in the post-Return of the Jedi era, starting with The Mandalorian, which was a huge hit. With The Mandalorian and Grogu, they're set to expand this universe further. Filoni is also directing his own Star Wars film, and Favreau will likely play a big role in that too. Their partnership continues to drive exciting new stories in the Star Wars world. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, July 26, 2026. This film will serve as an important test for how the DC Universe handles characters who aren't as widely recognized on screen. With other lesser-known figures like Booster Gold and Swamp Thing already confirmed, it's clear that DC is eager to showcase a broader range of its comic book roster on the big screen. James Gunn has hinted that Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow will take a darker approach to the character. He contrasts Supergirl's harsh upbringing on a ravaged Krypton with Superman's more nurturing experience on Earth, suggesting that this version of Supergirl will be much tougher and different from the usual portrayal. Her journey to adjust to life on Earth, filled with trauma and resilience, promises to create a compelling character arc that could offer a fresh take on the superhero genre. This darker, more intense portrayal of Supergirl should provide a captivating contrast to Superman's well-known story, setting the stage for an engaging narrative that challenges the audience's expectations. The Batman Part 2, October 2nd, 2026. Robert Pattinson is definitely back as Bruce Wayne, which is fantastic, since he brought a fresh, gritty feel to the role in the first film. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he continues to develop his character in the sequel. One cool thing about The Batman Part 2 is its tie-in with the upcoming HBO Max series about the Penguin, which will explore Gotham's underbelly even more. With the Riddler returning and hints of a new Joker, things are set to get creepier and more intense. There's been a lot of talk about the storyline, with some fans speculating it might adapt the No Man's Land arc from the comics. In this epic tale, Gotham is cut off from the world after a major earthquake, turning it into a chaotic battleground. If director Matt Reeves decides to go this route, we can expect some seriously intense action and drama, raising the already dark atmosphere of Gotham from the first movie to a whole new level. While we don't have many details about the cast yet, I'm confident that Matt Reeves will deliver something special. The first film was unique, focusing on Batman's detective side and the gritty noir aspects of Gotham. I'm anticipating even more layers of complexity and darkness in the sequel. Production is set to start in early 2025, according to Andy Serkis, who played Alfred. So while we have to wait a bit longer, it's exciting to know things are moving forward. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Sequel, October 9th, 2026. This is set to build on the fun vibe from the first film, following the adventures of Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael. Micah Abbey, Shamon Brown Jr., Nicholas Cantu, and Brady Noon will be back to voice these beloved characters. Jackie Chan is likely to return as Splinter, the wise mutant rat father, and Seth Rogen, who co-wrote and produced the first movie, is involved again, teasing that the untitled sequel is going to be awesome. The film is currently in production and has finished its animatic, moving on to CG animation. It's expected to continue right where Mutant Mayhem left off, with significant roles for Cynthia and Shredder, though the voice actor for Shredder is still unknown. Fans can look forward to deeper exploration of Cynthia's backstory and her ties to TCRI, plus a new TMNT TV series on Paramount Plus that will connect the films and show the Turtles evolving as they gear up for the big bang in the movie. The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, November 20th, 2026. A new installment in the Hunger Games series is coming soon, hitting theaters just after the novel drops on March 18th, 2025. This prequel is set 40 years before the original series and follows Haymitch Abernathy during the 50th Hunger Games, also known as the First Quarter Quell. While we don't know much about the cast yet, some familiar faces from the franchise's team will be back, like director Francis Lawrence and producers Nina Jacobson and Brad Simpson. The story is set to explore Haymitch's backstory and his win in those brutal games, with hints about the infamous Mutts and Dr. Gall, who was behind the Capitol's deadly creations. Filming is slated to kick off after March 2025, according to producer Nina Jacobson, who mentioned that the book will be out a few months before they start shooting. Excitement is building for both the novel and its movie adaptation, as fans are eager to see how it connects to the larger Hunger Games universe. Fast and Furious 11, TBD. Fast X left us hanging with a plane crash involving Roman, Tej, Han, and Ramsey, but let's be real, we can probably count on them to make it out okay. There's talk that the next film might return to its street racing roots, but with Fast and Furious, anything goes. Filming is underway, and Vin Diesel teased that the driving scenes are going to be intense. Expect to see some classic cars make a comeback. Vin Diesel shared a video of the orange Toyota Supra from the first movie and Dom's Charger, plus a modern Dodge Challenger and Plymouth Barracuda on set, which hints they'll be featured in the film. And get ready for some surprising returns. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is back as Luke Hobbs, and John Cena is eager to return, despite his character's explosive exit in Fast X. He's optimistic his character might return, given how this franchise loves to bring people back to life. What was initially meant to be the final movie, Fast and Furious 11, might now kick off a trilogy. Vin Diesel hinted back in June 2023 that they might stretch the story out even more. Either way, the franchise is gearing up for a big finale, and even if this is the last main film, there are already spin-offs in the works, like Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs and Reyes, and a female-led movie. Minions 3, June 30th, 2027. Minions 3 is officially on the way right after the success of Despicable Me 4 in July 2024. The lovable yellow Minions first stole the show in 2010 and have since starred in their own spin-offs. Following the box office success of Minions: The Rise of Grou, which showcased Gru's early villainy, anticipation for the third installment is high. While specific plot details are still unknown, we can expect Steve Carell to return as young Grou and Pierre Coffin to voice the Minions again. There's a possibility of seeing Alan Arkin's Wild Knuckles after their adventures in the last film. The story might connect to the original Despicable Me films, especially since the mid-credit scene in Rise of Grou hints at Gru's future with an airship. This could lead to another fun adventure that brings the series full circle. Well, that's it. Please share your views and opinions in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest update. Thank you so much for watching our video today, and we'll see you at the next one.